students, welcome to my online video class. I hope you are keeping safe, and you know that on account of COVID-19 prevailing all over the world, a pandemic disease, all the educational institutions in Bangladesh have been closed, and that's why we have to take video class, and at the same time your first and foremost duty to show or to see or to watch our class, and I hope you will be benefited by watching our video class if you regularly watch our classes. And as usual, I am here today to take English second paper of class 10, and our today's topic is relative pronoun. This chapter is very important because relative pronoun is used in greater sentence, that means complex sentence, and if you want to write any kind of greater sentence, we must use relative pronoun everywhere. Otherwise, we cannot be able to write any kind of greater sentence without using relative pronoun. So, relative pronoun is very essential for learning process of English second paper. Today, at first, I will show you what relative pronoun is and what is the definition of relative pronoun. Relative pronoun is a pronoun which refers to previously mentioned a noun, and at the same time joins two clauses, is called relative pronoun, because relative pronoun acts two activities at the same time. It refers to a noun previously mentioned, and after that it joins two clauses. Okay, dear learner, now I am going to give an example of using relative pronoun. Please follow me. I know the man who came here yesterday. Dear learner, look at the blackboard very carefully. I have written a sentence using relative pronoun. I know the man who came here yesterday. This is a greater sentence, and there are two parts of this sentence, such as I know the man is a part, first part, and who came here yesterday, second part. And you have noticed that I have used a relative pronoun who is a relative pronoun, because who indicates, who refers to the noun man. Man is a noun previously mentioned before the relative pronoun, and at the same time who joins the clause I know the man and came here yesterday. The two clauses. It is the first clause and it is the second clause. Two clauses are joined, are added by the relative pronoun who. So who is a relative pronoun arti, because this pronoun indicates the previous mentioned word and at the same time joins or connects to clauses. So who is the relative pronoun, and you must remember that relative pronoun indicates the noun, and this noun is called antecedent. This is also called antecedent. Okay, tell the man is antecedent. Relative pronoun must have an antecedent, and if there is no antecedent, it is not relative pronoun. There are some relative pronouns in English grammar used everywhere in English grammar. These relative pronouns are who, whom, which, whose, that, what and else. This type of words are used as relative pronoun. Who, whom, which, whose, that, what and else. These words are being used or are used as relative pronoun, and today I will show you every use of the words who, whom, which, whose, that, what, else. This relative pronoun will be described how they will they will sit in the sentence. At first I will show you the use of who. Who is a relative pronoun, and it indicates a person. That means subject, and subject must be a person. A person may be a man, a woman, people, etc. And it indicates a person. Such as I am going to give an example using relative pronoun who. He helped the boy who was helpless. Delana, I have written a sentence using relative pronoun who. He helped the boy. This is a clause. Who was helpless. This is another clause. And these two clauses are joined with relative pronoun who. And who indicates the boy. The boy is a person. The boy is a noun, and the boy is here antecedent, because it is indicated by relative pronoun who. So you may say that the boy is an antecedent preceded by relative pronoun who. So who indicates the person. It may be a boy, a man, a girl, and a women, people, etc. Okay, dear students, and it indicates who must be used as subject. Who is their subject? Because after who there is a verb clause. So who is the subject? Now I will show you the another kind of relative pronoun whom, such as whom is also a kind of relative pronoun indicating a person, and the person must be of an object. It indicates or it sits as an object in the sentence, in the middle of the sentence. Okay, dear students, now I am going to write another sentence using whom. The girl whom I know is a meritorious student. The girl whom I know is a meritorious student. The girl is the antecedent preceded by relative pronoun whom, and it is object. It is object. And I know is another clause, and is a woman, is a meritorious student. It is the predicate of the subject girl. That means the girl is a meritorious student is separated by whom and another clause. So the main clause is the girl is a meritorious student, and I know it is also another clause. And the two clauses are joined by relative pronoun whom, and whom here object, and it indicates the girl. So girl is antecedent. And next I will show you another use of relative pronoun such as whose. And at the same time, I am giving an example. I met the man whose father died last week. Dear students, I have written another sentence using relative pronoun whose, such as I met the man whose father died last year. Whose father, whose here relative pronoun is a possessive. Whose father, that means whose is a possessive pronoun, and it is possessive relative pronoun, and it indicates the man is an antecedent, and whose father, who is relative pronoun, and it is used as possessive. It is possessive. Okay, Delana. And who is classified into three groups. That means who whom and whose. All the items are probably the same. The differences between these words are subject, object, and possessive. Who is subject, whom is object, and whose is possessive. So these three relative pronouns are originated from the main word who. Now I am going to give another example of another relative pronoun. Please follow me. Will. Which is a type of relative pronoun indicating materials, not a person. It may be lifeless object. That means the object has no life of its own. It indicates that type of noun. I am going to give another example of using this relative pronoun, such as I beat the snake. The snake. Which was venomous. Which was venomous. Dear learner, I beat the snake which was venomous. Two parts of the sentence. I beat the snake, it is one part. And which was venomous is another part. These two parts are joined by the relative pronoun which, and it indicates the noun preceded by relative pronoun, and it is called antecedent. And the antecedent is not a person, it is a lower animal, and lower animal and another type of lifeless object is material. Any kind of material object, and it is also in the same group like the material object. It has no sense, it has no rational behavior, so it is called material object. So which is stated or which sits after the material object. Okay, dear learner. So a snake is a material object. So which must sit after the object, which has no life. Though it has life, it has not the sense of rational behavior like human being. So it is called material object. Now I am going to give another example of using another relative pronoun, that means that. That is an important relative pronoun used almost in everywhere, and it indicates it is used as subject, object, but not it is used for possessive. Okay, dear learner, and it sits after person, after object, after material object, after all kinds of persons. Okay, dear learners. So that is a important or common unity pronoun in English grammar. So I am giving an example. I am giving so many examples. Such as I know that is too fast. He bought a book that is written by Tagore. Yeah, Lama, I have given two examples using ready pronoun that. At first, I know the boy that stood first in the exam that indicates the boy. It is a person. And next, he bought a book that is written by Tagore. That indicates a material object. It has no life. So, that indicates every kind of person, every kind of material object. No matter. And next, I will show you another relative pronoun, but. But indicates or but states as that not. This form is mentioned through but, such as there is no mother, but loves her side. There is no mother but loves her side. But indicates the mother, because if I write in another way this sentence, the sentence would be such as there is no mother that does not love her child. Well, I have written the sentence in another way. The mother, there is no mother that does not love. So that does not indicates is indicated through but. So but is a relative pronoun because it indicates mother. Okay, dear learner. And at last I will show you another use of as. As is used as as the same dotted as so many dotted as so much dot as. In this way, as is or as may be used. Now I am giving an example using as. Such as I need as a onyx. I need such boys as a onyx. Here, as is used the formula, using the formula such ordered as. So as is written noun and it indicates the noun voice and antecedent of the sentence. So such is used in this way in every kind of sentence, and this as is called dative pronoun. As we know that as is used convention, but here as is used as relative pronoun. So dear students, that's all from me today. I hope I will come up with another type of grammatical item. And before ending my class, I again suggest you to maintain social distance, use hand sanitizer again and again, and use mask where you go out of your house. And overall, you should maintain social distance, maintain medical rules, and we must abide by the rules of the government. Otherwise, these diseases will not get rid of. We will not get rid of this disease, and I hope you will keep safe. You will protect yourself from this disease, and one day we will meet again in the classroom, and our environment of the classroom will again come to us, and we will enjoy the past experience of our classes. You know that. And today I am giving farewell from you, and I hope you will watch my video class, and till then, Allah Hafiz.